All right, so the flow for today is going to go heavily into the hips. We are taking this toward EPK2 Vinyasa 2, or I will refer to this as the hurdler's balance, sometimes known as the flying splits. So a lot of work going to the inner thighs, the hamstrings is quite a bit as well, a lot of hip opening, so keep all that in mind. I've got 2 demonstrations before we begin here. So once we get this started, actually I'll just go right to hurdlers here to begin. That's what we're going to end each sequence with. So at the end of each sequence, what's going to happen is you're going to come to the front of the mat. We are going to come into this almost all fours position. So you can have both hands down, one knee down, and 1 foot forward behind the wrist on the same side. Now to enter into this, keep in mind, we can only cue this to a certain point because this very much depends on your proportions, how long your limbs are in relation to the rest of your body. So with that front foot, you're going to have to lift the heel, keep the knee high outside the arm, and then you got to think chaturanga here. So shoulders forward, pull the elbows underneath you. We're taking it toward the arm balance. And my left leg's forward, so I'm going to lean away from that leg and put my right elbow underneath me. My ribs go onto my right arm. Now you may have to shift around and twist a little bit to make things happen, so be ready to adjust. So my weight goes onto my right arm. I'm going to lift my left leg, put that on my left arm. Be sure you lift that front foot or you're not going to go anywhere. And then from here, maybe just hold this and you can just feel the hip opening on that front leg. Now to take it further, look forward, pull your chest forward as far as you can, and it's that forward lean that lifts the back leg. What you want to be careful with is not to just round the spine, put your head on the floor, because if you're flopping around, you can't balance this. You need the leverage. Think about taking cobra in the upper back. So open up your chest, pull it forward. That's what will lift the back leg. And then if you want to take it even further, if you're open enough, you can straighten the front leg. If you're really open, this may look like a horizontal split. And that's really not me, but this is as close as I can get. But work it as best you can, see how far you can go. And then from here, it's pretty direct. You can step back to plank for the vinyasa or fly the leg back, come into chaturanga. But work it as best you can, see how far you want to go with that. And just keep that in mind. That's what we're working things towards. A lot of prep before we get into that position. One other demonstration, once we get into the main part of the flow, to start this out, you're going to start in downward facing dog. You're going to bring one leg up high. We'll move back and forth a little bit of it, but eventually you're going to bring this forward, step 1 foot forward to halfway down the mat. Second foot comes next to the first. And then you take this into a series of hops, just hopping and clapping your feet. Now to set it up, be sure you press into the palms, grip your mat, keep your shoulders at wrist. So don't start back here. Make sure the shoulders are at wrist. You're just looking straight down and you're already vertical through both arms. And then high or low, just take a look at my feet. Keep your hips up high. And when you hop, just clap the feet. Pushing your hands, try to land it light. You don't have to come up all that far. If you do want to take this toward inversion, then keep your hands pressing down. Maybe stack your hips over your shoulders, clap, and come back down. Still try to land it lightly and land on your toes. We'll do it 3 times each round, and then we'll move into the sequence from there. So work it as best you can from that point. So to get this started, bring yourself up to standing and come to the front of the mat. And we're going to take this into a horse stance. So bring your feet out wide. So heels in, toes out, keep your feet flat. Bend the knees, come down low, bring your thighs toward parallel with the floor. And rest your elbows on your thighs. So keep the arms and legs pressing together. Keep your hips open and stay low like this. Maybe bring the hands to touch if you like. And as you hold on to this position, just let your head hang, let your spine round, and then go ahead, close your eyes. So just take a moment to settle in like this. Let your mind quiet down. And then just start to deepen your breathing. So with the inhales, pull in as much air as you can. Try to fill up your lungs. Hold on to all that breath at the top. When you exhale, constrict the back of your throat. So slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work to make your exhales last at least as long as the inhales as you breathe. And just keep breathing like this to begin. When you're ready here, take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, just open your eyes. And then with the next inhale, just roll this up to standing. Straighten your legs. Bring your head up last. Open up your palms at your sides. And then go slow with an inhale. Reach up high. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, hands through center again. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale, bring the hands down to center. And then interlace your fingers, face your palms away from you. Keep your elbows wide. And then hands overhead, palms facing up. Keep your shoulders back, keep your chest open. And just go side to side. So lean over to the left side, gaze up high, pull your right shoulder back. And then bring it up through center. Keep looking up. Left shoulder back, chest open, keep looking up like this. Bring it back up through center. Lean over to your left again. And then through center, chest open, lean right. And then come back through center, lean to the left one more time. Stay here, right shoulder back, keep looking up, and maybe press out through your palms and extend your arms a little bit further. And then come back up through center. Lean to the right side one more time, left shoulder back, gaze up high, and maybe press to the palms and extend your arms here. Now with your next inhale, come back to center, reach up, separate the hands. And with the exhale, bring the hands through center, but bend the knees and sink down low. Inhale, come up all the way. Exhale, sink down low again. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, bring it down low. Inhale, all the way up again. With the exhale, sink down one more time. Stay low. Bring your hands to the floor. And then go bring your knees down to the mat. We'll take it into all fours. Now, once you come into all fours, let's go ahead and take those right into some twisting. Keep your hips stacked over your knees, but then step your hands forward, maybe about one hand's length to stretch this out just a little bit. And we'll thread the needle here, moving a little bit before we actually hold on to the twist. So when you're ready, with an inhale, reach your right arm high. Exhale, right arm underneath, bring the shoulder all the way down to the floor. Press into the left hand, inhale the right arm high. Exhale, right arm underneath and bring the shoulder down. Inhale, reach your right arm high. Exhale, twist one more time. Bring the right shoulder down and stay down. Now stack the left shoulder above the right. Look up toward the ceiling. This is enough. But if you can go further, with your left hand, hold your right wrist. See about pushing that right hand away from you. And if you want to go further, lift your left leg, extend it straight back, but drop your left hip down to keep your twist. And then set the left knee down. If it's lifted, left hand to the mat. Come back up to center, back to that stretch out all fours. Let's take it the other way. Inhale your left arm up high. Exhale, left arm underneath, bring the shoulder down to the floor. Inhale, reach your left arm high. Exhale, twist and bring your left shoulder down. Inhale, left arm up high. Exhale, left arm underneath, shoulder to the floor one more time. Stay here. Now press into the right hand, stack the right shoulder above the left, look up and keep your twist. If you want to go further, with the right hand, hold your left wrist, push the left hand away from you. Maybe go further, lift your right leg, extend it straight back, but drop your right hip down and feel that twist. Keep breathing. And then bring the right knee back down to the floor. Come back onto the right hand. And bring yourself back up to all fours and take a moment here and move around. And let's go ahead and take it to the wrists here. Now go ahead, bring your hands right in front of your knees, maybe about one hand's length, so pretty close. Palms down. Rotate your fingertips out to the side and then in toward the knees as far as you can go. Set your hands flat, spread the fingers wide, dig your fingertips down. Press your spine up toward the ceiling and just start this out, circling your shoulders over your wrists to feel things out. And then from here, just come into center to take this farther. And keep your fingertips gripping, but go forward and back. So look forward, bring your shoulders forward, bend the elbows and pull them underneath. And then lift back up the straight arms. And again, back and forth like that. Shoulders forward, elbows in. Try to lower toward halfway. And lift back up. And just keep on going back and forth like this. Now, keep your gaze forward. Keep pulling your chest forward. And like I was talking about before, try to think about holding cobra. Opening up your chest, using the muscles in your upper back. Keep your fingertips pressing down. And then the next time you come forward, stay forward, still looking forward, still gripping the mat. And if you can take things further, we'll move one leg at a time. Hold that tension in your upper body. But extend the right leg back. Bring the big toe as far left as you can and touch down. And then bring that knee back to the floor. Left big toe over the right side. And then bring the knee back down. Right big toe over to the left again. And then bring the knee back to the floor. Left big toe over to the right again. And then bring that knee down. One more round. Right big toe over to the left. Come back into center. Left big toe over to the right. And then back to center here. And then go ahead, straighten your arms. Come up onto the fingertips. Keep the hands right in front of your knees this time and flip them over. Backs of the hands down, palms up, the fingertips point toward you. Spread your fingers wide, press the fingertips down, move around a little bit, and just keep the hands tense like this. And you can always take most of the weight to the legs so you're close enough to the hands. And if you want to take more weight, you can bring it forward and just feel things out. Now to move with this a little bit, let's just adjust. So go ahead and rotate your hands so the fingertips are pointing toward the midline of the mat. Fingers are still spread wide. You can always keep a little bend in the elbows if you need to. And then from here, go from up to down. Bend the elbows, bring your chest down low. Try to look forward and then lift back up. And just keep moving down and up like this. Keep your fingertips pressing down. And just take as much weight forward as you can handle on the wrist here. And then the next time you come back up, straighten your arms as much as you can. Hold here. Keep the hands tense. And then just move your legs one at a time with this stretch. So bring the right foot forward. Touch the heel down outside the right hand. And then bring that knee back to the floor. Left heel down outside your left hand. And come back to center. Right heel up to the right again. And then bring the knee down. Left heel up to your left side. And bring the knee back down. One more time. Right heel up and to the right. And then bring the knee back to the floor. Left heel up into your left side again. And then set the knee down. Come up onto the fingertips. And then down to sitting on your heels and take a moment. Shake your hands out. Loosen your fingers and loosen your wrists. Now once the hands are ready, bring your legs out from underneath you. Come to a seat. And then once you're seated, we're going to set this up for a variation of reverse tabletop. Now just keep your feet in front of you about hips width distance. Hands behind the shoulders, shoulder width, but I want you to rotate your fingertips out to the side and then back as far away from your body as you can. Both hands, and just keep them shoulder width. Now go ahead, press into the floor, lift your seat up off the mat, and then from here we'll just lift it up and down. So with an inhale, press your hips up high, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale, lift your hips up again, and then exhale, lower. Inhale, press this up high. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, lift your hips again. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, press up high. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, lift your hips. And then exhale, lower. And inhale, press this up high. Exhale, sink back down. And then inhale, lift one more time, hold here. Now keep your glutes squeezing, keep your hips lifted. I'm going to recommend you look forward and take a little bit of movement as you keep your hips high. Now I want to shift the weight from one hand to the next. So if you're able, bring the weight to the left hand and then lift the right. Bring the right hand to your left shoulder. Keep the hips up and then bring the right hand down. Take your weight to the right. Left hand to your right shoulder this time. And then come back to both hands. Hips are still high. Right hand to your left shoulder again. And then set that hand down. Bring the left hand to your right shoulder. And then bring that hand to the floor. Right hand to your left shoulder one more time. Now keep it here. And then try to lift this up higher. Squeeze your glutes. Work to stack that right shoulder above the left. And then go bring the right hand down. And take your weight over the right side. Bring the left hand to your right shoulder. And then see about stacking the shoulders here. Press your hips up even higher. We're going to stay lifted. And then bring that left hand back to the floor. So the hips are still high. As you press into both hands, squeeze your glutes, lift up higher. Still press your chest up as well. Keep breathing here. And then take an inhale. With the exhale, bring it all back down. And once you're down, just take a moment, shake your hands out a little bit. Now once the hands are ready, go ahead, cross at the ankles, roll forward, come into all fours. And then from all fours, we'll warm this up a little bit further and take this into some twisting. Now just keep your hips stacked, or keep your shoulders stacked over your wrists and hips over your knees. Tuck the toes of both feet, and then hover your knees up off the mat. Still in all fours, belly pulled in. Now let's take it crosswise here. Bring your right knee forward toward your left elbow. And then step back. Left knee to your right elbow. And step it back again. Right knee left. Step this back. Left knee right. And then step back. Now right knee to your left elbow, hold here for a moment. Take it further. Drop your left heel, lift your left hand, open up to the side. And then bring it back to center, back to all fours. Left knee to right elbow, hold here. Drop the right heel, lift the right hand, open to the right. And then come back to center. And just keep on moving back and forth like this, side to side. Now if it's too much to take the full twist, you can just go back and forth, bringing the elbow to the opposite, bring the knee to the opposite elbow. But if you're able to go back and forth, just take it at a steady pace. Now, if you're able to speed this up, you can hop back and forth so there's only ever one foot on the floor. And just take a pace that works for you here. It doesn't take much to warm this up. And then just give it a couple more rounds. And try to finish opening to the right side before you come back to center one more time. And go set your knees down. And once you're back in that all fours, just take a moment here. Slow your breathing down and move. And then one more thing before we move on, and we'll take this into the hips. So let's bring this into a lopsided position. I want you to bring your right forearm down, but stay on your left hand. Now, right elbow to the side. Move your right hand to center, so that forearm's diagonal. Slide your left hand back. Stack the elbow above the wrist and keep it pulled in. Now, keep your chest facing down. Just look down at the mat. And then put the weight to the right knee and hover the left. Keep your left knee bent. Left knee out to the side. Lift it up as high as you can. And then fold the leg back in. Left knee to the side, high as you can lift. Fold the leg back in again. Left knee out to the side. Fold the leg back in. Left knee out to the side. And then fold the leg in. Left knee to the side. High as you can lift. Now keep it lifted. Keep your toes pointed left. With an inhale, extend that leg straight back. Exhale, knee to left shoulder, pulled in close. Inhale the left leg back again. Exhale, knee to shoulder. Inhale the left leg back. Exhale, knee to shoulder. Keep it here and press that left leg down into your arm. And just feel that stretch on the left inner thigh. This might be good enough. Keep your chest facing down. Now, if you can take it further, you can extend the left leg straighter, still pressing your arm. If you want to go further still, tuck the toes of the right foot. Maybe lift your right knee up off the floor, still with your chest pressing down, left leg pushing into your left arm. And we're moving toward that hurdler's position. Not exactly, but it's close. All right, go ahead, release this. Come back to both knees, and then come up onto both hands. And we'll take the same thing on the other side. So find that lopsided setup, this time with your left forearm down. Stay on the right hand. Left elbow to the side, left hand moves into center. That forearm's diagonal. Slide your right hand back, elbow above the wrist, and keep it pulled in. Put the weight to the left knee, hover the right, keep your right knee bent. And then back and forth, right knee to the side, lift it up high. And then fold the leg back in. Right knee to the side, high as you can lift. Fold the leg in again. Right knee to the side, lift it up high. Fold the leg back in. Right knee out to the side. And fold the leg in. Right knee to the side, high as you can lift. Hold it here. Keep your toes pointed right. With an inhale, extend the leg straight back. Exhale, knee to right shoulder, pulled in close. Inhale the right leg back again. Exhale, knee to shoulder. Inhale the right leg back. Exhale, knee to shoulder one more time. Keep it here and push that right leg into your arm. Maybe just stay here with your chest facing down. Now, if you can take it further, try to extend that right leg a little straighter, maybe a lot. Still pressing your arm. If you want to go deeper, tuck the toes of your left foot, lift your left knee. Your chest is still facing the floor. And then go to release. Bring both knees to the mat. Come up onto both hands. And once you're in all fours, just breathe here for a moment. Move around. Now you can just stay here and breathe and take a little break. Maybe take another stretch before we move on if you like. But whenever you're ready, go ahead, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips, and find your down dog. Now as you settle into your down dog, look at the setup. Take a look at your hands. Make sure they're about shoulder width. Flatten your palms. Feel weight toward the base of your thumbs. Sink your chest low, but reach your hips up high. And as your hips are reaching up, engage your core here. Tighten up through the belly, around the lower ribs, around the waist. Use that tension to lengthen your spine. Reach your hips up even higher. And if your legs are tight, just bend the knees. You can let that tension go. Maybe just pedal out and keep moving side to side. When you're ready here, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bend the knees. Look forward, step to the front, take a ragdoll fold. Now feet about hips width distance apart. Deep bend in the knees. Let your belly touch your thighs. Let your head hang. Let your spine round. And let everything go long and loose here. Let the muscles in your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor. Maybe reach to opposite elbows if you like. And you can shake this side to side to loosen even further. When you're ready, just release any grip that you have. Keep your knees bent to begin, and then restack your spine. Slowly round this up to standing. Bring your head up last, and just open up your palms at your sides. Now when you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands down to heart center. Take a moment to breathe, set an intention. Let your mind clear. Find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your hands. Now with the next inhale, reach this up high. And with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. Hinge at the hips, start with a straight spine. Pull bend in the knees. Keep your core engaged. Move smoothly. And then just release this at the bottom. Now with an inhale, lift it up halfway. Fingertips to the shins. Lengthen forward through the crown of your head. And with the exhale, bring your hands to the mat. Let's step it back to high plank. Now find your shape. Wrist the shoulders, palms press to the floor. Press the floor away from you. Press your spine up toward the ceiling. And keep that lift. Take an inhale here. Now with the exhale, slowly bring your shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Now keep your body in line. Elbows pulled into your sides and lower with control. All the way down into your belly. Once you're down, flatten the feet out behind you. Hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. And we'll take it up and down through low cobra. So with an inhale, just peel up your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll this back down. Inhale, peel up again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, peel up one more time. Stay lifted here. Now keep the lift in the upper body. Press your feet down, squeeze your glutes. Take some or all the weight out of your hands. Elbows at your sides, draw the shoulders back, look forward. And then use the muscles that line your spine. Lift up a little bit higher. Now take an inhale. Exhale, roll it back down. Hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. Press the palms to the floor. Let's take it to upward facing dog. So with an inhale, straighten your arms. Now pull your chest forward. Let your hips hang. Stand the tops of your feet. Keep your legs active and lift your knees. To take it further, kick your feet down. Squeeze your glutes and pull the hips forward. Lift up with the arms, lift with the shoulders, keep your chest pulling forward. And then take an inhale. Exhale, belly in, hips high, back to down dog. Paddle out for a moment. Now from your down dog, inhale the right leg high behind you. And then bend your right knee, hang your right foot left, open up your hips into a scorpion dog. With an inhale, straighten that leg, three-legged dog. With the exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale your right leg high. Now exhale, knee to right elbow, stay forward, stay lifted around your spine. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, just set the right foot down, halfway down the mat, and bring your left foot forward to meet the right. Now, press in your palms, shoulders, wrists, dig your fingertips down, keep the arms vertical, and just keep looking at the floor. We're going to take those hops. There's going to be 3. High or low, push in your hands, clap your feet, and land as silently as you can. So just take it back and forth. Land on your toes each time. And then after that third hop, left foot steps between your hands. That's your base. Right knee to your chest. Take hold of your right knee. Let's take this up all the way. Now once you're up, slow your breathing down. Keep that left big toe grounded. And then just bring the left hand to your hip. Now with your right hand, you can hold the right knee, pull the knee up high, bring it in closer to stand tall. Good enough. If you want to go further, right hand side of the right leg, maybe find the big toe. Now if you got that grip, pull the knee up as high as you can. Keep it close. And if you're going to take it further, you extend that right leg up and forward. Just take this to where you can. Now still balancing here, take an inhale. And with the exhale, just keep your right knee lifted, both hands to your hips. And then bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee and take a standing twist. Pull the right shoulder back, open up your chest to the right. And just stay tall, this is good enough. If you're going to go further, you can reach your right arm back. Further still, left hand to the right foot, maybe extend the leg. But again, keep yourself tall and keep yourself twisted. Now take an inhale. With the exhale, slowly turn back to center. Hands to hips, right knee still lifted. And then set your right foot down. That's your base. Come to standing with your left knee high. Dig your right big toe into the floor. Once you're stable, bring the hands to your low back. Now interlace your fingers, pull the palms toward each other. Keep your shoulders pulled back and keep your chest open. We're going to go back and forth from here, hinging into a warrior 3. Now keep a little bend in the right knee and go slow. Hinge from the right hip. Left leg extends back. Bring your lifted body into line. Come down as close as you can toward parallel with the floor. And then slowly bring yourself back up to vertical with your left knee lifted. Again like that. Hinge from the right hip. Left leg straight. Bring yourself in line. Come down as low as you can hold. Keep your hips squared. And then back up the vertical with that left knee high. One more time. Hinge from the right hip. Left leg straight back. Look forward. Keep your chest open. Hold here. And then slowly from here, we'll take this into a high lunge. So just put a bend in the right knee, step the left foot down behind you, bring your torso upright, and take a moment to adjust. So deep bend of the right knee, left leg towards straight with the heel lifted behind. Take a moment to be sure that your feet on two separate tracks so you can square this up to the front. Pull the left hip forward, right hip back. Keep your shoulders pulled back and keep your torso upright. And then from here, slowly we're going to move into that back leg. So I want you to dip your left knee down just above the floor. Take it slow. And then lift back up. Again, left knee down just above the floor. And then lift back up again. One more time, sink down and hold here. Hover the left knee above the floor. Shoulders pulled back, look forward. And then pulse it slowly on my count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, set your left knee down. Flatten the left foot behind you. And then bring both hands down to the floor inside the right foot. Now I'm going to take a lizard version of Anjaneyasana. Right foot toward the upper right corner of the mat. Curl the toes up and keep them curled. Roll the outside edge of the foot and keep the knee out to the side so that right ankle's forward of the knee at least a little bit. Now tuck the toes of your left foot, lift your left knee. Let your hips sink down, pull them forward, and keep your chest pulling toward the front of the mat. Now if you need to drop the left knee, feel free, but keep that knee lifted if you can, and keep your chest open. We're going to open this up to the side. Reach your right arm forward, follow that hand with your gaze. With an inhale, reach that right arm back, look back. Exhale, reaches forward. Inhale the right arm back again. Exhale, forward. Inhale the right arm back. Exhale, forward one more time. Inhale, reach this back. Now keep your gaze toward the back of the mat. And then bring your right arm behind you, half bind. Now pull the right shoulder back, set the left knee down, flatten the left foot, and kick that left foot down, engage the glutes on the left side. Keep that hip sinking down and pulling toward the front of the mat. Right knee still to the side. And just keep breathing with us here. All right, now I want you to keep that bit of a twist. Upper body open to the right side of the mat. But as you hold this, go ahead, back your hips up over your left knee. Set the right foot, actually come onto the right heel with the toes pointed toward the ceiling. And we're going to take this setup into a half split. So straighten your right leg as much as you can. Bring your belly to touch your right thigh. Right shoulder still high. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward. Maybe straighten the leg completely. You can slide that heel further forward, but keep the right hip still pulling back. And look for the stretch on the back of the right thigh. Now, with your right shoulder lifted like this might already be enough of a stretch. If you can take it further, go ahead, bend the left elbow. Maybe bring that forearm down to the floor. Right shoulder still lifted. Keep the right thigh pulling in toward your belly and the right heel digging down. Breathe here with that stretch in the back of the right leg. All right, everybody take an inhale. And then with the exhale, come up onto both hands inside that right leg. And once you're on your hands, pull the right foot back, set it down behind your right wrist, and bring the left knee forward if you need to. We're going to take that almost all fours position here. Both hands down, left knee down, right foot forward on the same side. Now lift your right heel. Keep that knee high outside the arm. We'll take it to hurdlers. Look forward. Now bring your shoulders forward. Pull the elbows underneath you. Keep looking forward. And then lean to the left. Put your ribs on the left arm. Right leg to the right arm. Lift that right foot up. Now, keep your chest pulling forward and then start to lean to lift your left leg. If you want to extend the right leg, you can take it there. Take it as far as you can. And then when you're ready, go ahead and take it to your vinyasa. You can step it back, fly it back, whatever you like. Once you find your down dog, take a moment here and breathe. And then we'll take all this on the other side. When you're ready with an inhale, raise your left leg high. And then bend your left knee, hang the left foot right, move into that scorpion dog. Open up your hips. With an inhale, straighten this out, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, shoulders or wrists. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale forward, knee to left elbow, stay forward like this. Stay lifted around your spine. And then take an inhale. With the exhale, set the left foot down halfway down the mat. Bring the right foot forward to meet the left. Now press to your palms, dig your fingertips down, shoulders or wrists, keep your arms vertical, keep looking down. High or low, 3 times, hop, clap your feet. And each time land it light. Now after that third hop, right foot sets between your hands. That'll be the base. Left knee to your chest. Take hold of your left knee, come up all the way. Now dig your right big toe down, slow your breathing down. And then once you're ready, right hand to your hip with your left hand, you can hold the left knee and just pull it up high, bring it in close, just keep your balance like this. If you're gonna go further, left arm inside your leg, hold the big toe. Maybe pull the knee up higher, maybe extend the leg up and forward. Go to where you can here. Now take an inhale. And with the exhale, just move slowly. You're still balanced. Left knee lifted, hands to your hips. Take the twist, right hand to the outside of the left knee. Pull your left shoulder back, open up your chest to the side. If you want to open up, maybe reach out left arm back. If you want to go further, right hand to your left foot and extend the leg. Now take an inhale. Exhale, turn to center, hands to your hips, left knee still lifted for another moment. And then bring the left foot down. That's the base. Come to standing with your right knee high. Now once you balance on this foot, just bring your hands to your low back. Find the interlace that feels strange, opposite what you just had. Now pull the palms toward each other. Keep your shoulders drawn back. Keep your chest open. Back and forth, hinging to that warrior three. Keep a little bend in your left knee. Now hinge the left hip. Right leg straight back. Everything lifted in line. Bring yourself down toward parallel with the floor. And then take it slow. Come back up the vertical with your right knee lifted. Again, hinge from left hip. Right leg straight back. Look forward. Keep your shoulders pulled back. And then come back up the vertical with the right knee high. One more time. Hinge from left hip. Right leg straight back. Look forward. Just hold here. Take it down as low as you're able. Lower that right hip so it's level with the left. Keep your balance here. And then slowly, we're going to take this into a high lunge. Now put it back on the left knee. Just step the right foot down behind you. Step it low. And take a moment to adjust. Deep bend the left knee, right leg towards straight. Right hip forward, left hip back. Be sure the feet are set wide so your hips can square up. Right hip forward, left hip back. Keep your shoulders pulled back and keep your chest open. Now work into the back leg. Dip your right knee down low, just above the floor. Take it slow. And then lift straight up. Right knee low, just above the floor. And then lift back up again. Right knee low. This time just hover above the floor. Stay here. Keep your spine upright. And then pulses slowly, bouncing up and down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, set the right knee and flatten the right foot behind you. Now once you come into this, let's go ahead and take this a little bit differently here. Hands down to the floor inside your left leg. And let's take that lizard version of Vinyasa. Left foot toward the upper left corner. Ankle past the knee at least a little bit. Curl the toes up and keep the toes of your left foot curled. Roll to the outside edge of the foot. Keep that knee out to the side. Tuck the toes of the right foot. Lift your right knee. And then sink your hips down. Pull your chest forward. Find that arch through the front of your body. And keep that right hip low and pulling toward the front. You can drop the right knee if you need to, but keep it lifted if you can. And then to go further, reach your left arm forward. We're going to open this to the side. With an inhale, reach your left arm back and look back. Exhale, reach this forward. Inhale the left arm back again. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale the left arm back. Exhale, reach it forward one more time. Inhale, reach your left arm back. Now keep looking toward the back of the mat. And take your half bind, left arm behind you. Now go ahead, set the right knee down, flatten the right foot, kick that foot down, engage the glutes on your right side. Left knee still moving out to the side, and that hip's still open. Keep breathing with this. All right, now from here, we're going to keep the chest open toward the left side of the mat and take that half split variation. So go ahead, set your left foot down for a moment, bring that knee in, and pull your hips back over the right knee. And then dig the left heel down, point the toes up, straighten that leg as best you can. Now the left shoulder stays high. Bring the left inner thigh to touch your belly and find some of that contact. Left hip pulling back, right hip pulling forward to feel that stretch in the hamstrings on the left. And this is good enough here. You can slide that left foot further forward. Just keep the contact, belly against your thigh. And if you want to go deeper, bring the right elbow down. Keep your left shoulder lifted. And keep breathing with this here. Pull the right hip forward, left hip back still, and just take the stretch the way you can. and then take an inhale. Now at the exhale, come up onto both hands inside your left leg. And once you're on both hands, just bend the left knee, pull that left foot back behind your left wrist. Bring the right knee forward if you need to, but come into that almost all fours position. So left foot's behind the left wrist, so right knee's down, and hands are shoulder width. Now go ahead, lift the left heel, keep that knee high outside the arm, and look forward. Let's take it toward hurdlers. Shoulders forward, pull the elbows underneath you. Ribs to your right arm. And then left leg onto your left arm, lift your left foot. Now keep looking forward, pull your chest forward. That's going to lift your right leg. And maybe extend your left leg as well. Take this to where you can go. When you're ready, take it through another vinyasa. All right, from your down dog, we're going to take this to half pigeon. So when you're ready with an inhale, raise your right leg high. And with the exhale, bring it forward, right knee behind the right wrist, right ankle somewhere behind the left. Now I'm going to bring your left knee down, flatten the left foot behind you, pull that left hip forward. So keep your hips squared, but sink straight down and look for at least some of that stretch on the right side, out of hip or toward the glutes. Now you can take a bunch of different variations here. You can just keep your spine extended like this. You can go toward the back bend. You can melt down if you like. And we're leading this toward the splits, keep in mind. So if you want to take this a little deeper into the hip flexor on your left leg, then go ahead, slide the left hand over to the right inside your right hand, and stay upright here. Pull the right hand back to your knee, maybe to the right hip, and look back over your right shoulder. Now this could be enough. Keep your left hip pulling forward and sinking down. If you want to take a bind, and this isn't one of the pretty ones here, but it's a deep stretch, you can bend your left knee, keep that hip down low, and with your right hand, take hold of the left foot. Now, if you have that grip, pull the heel toward your seat and keep kicking into your hand. Now, keep the left hip low and pulling toward the front of the mat. Keep your right foot kicking down as well, so your hips stay square, and just let your chest open up to the right. Hold here, and just find tension in this pose. It doesn't have to look pretty, keep in mind. No, mine doesn't. All right, now from wherever you are, come back to both hands just in front of that right shin. And then go pressing your palms, pull your belly in, back the hips up over your left knee, and step the right foot down between your hands. We're going to at least take another half split. Now bring the belly down to touch the right thigh and keep that contact. Keep your hips stacked over your left knee. Walk the right foot forward, and then at any point, you can press the right heel down, point the toes up, pull the right hip back, left hip forward, and feel that stretch in the back of the right thigh. That's what we're looking for here. Breathe into it and keep your hips squared. Now, if you're able to, you can slide that heel further forward and straighten the leg. Your belly's still touching your thigh. And if you want to take this toward the full split, you can tuck the toes, left foot, lift your left knee, let your hips sink down, but still pull the right hip back, pull your left hip forward to square this up, even though I know it's easier just to open to the left side. And I recommend you keep that forward fold. Find that stretch on the back of the right thigh. Breathe into it here. And just take things to where you can. All right, now from here, if you took it toward the full split, come back to the half split. Left knee underneath your hips. And then from the half split, go ahead, come into all fours, bring that right knee down. And then when you're ready here, tuck your toes. Lift your hips, come back to down dog. And we'll take all that on the other side. When you're ready with an inhale, raise your left leg high this time. And with the exhale, just bring it forward. Left knee behind the left wrist, left ankle somewhere behind the right. Right knee down, right foot flat behind. Pull the right hip forward, keep it in line with the left. And keep your hips squared. Sink the weight straight down. Look for at least some of that stretch on the left side, out of left hip or toward the glutes. And this is enough. You can just keep yourself upright. You can go toward the back bend. You can melt down. Now, if you want to take that additional stretch on the hip flexor on the right, then go ahead, slide the right hand over to the left inside the left hand. Pull the left hand back to your knee, maybe to hip, and look back over your left shoulder. This is enough. Keep that right hip low. Keep it pulling forward. Keep the glutes engaged. Now, if you want to take it further still, bend the right knee, reach back with the left hand, find the foot. And if you have that grip, pull that heel toward your seat, kick into your hand. And keep that right hip low, keep it pulling forward. Keep your left foot pressing into the floor and keep that leg active as well. Just keep breathing here. All right, now from wherever you are, just come back to both hands just in front of that left shin. And then pull your belly in, back the hips up with the right knee, and let's go ahead and take that half split variation. So step the left foot between your hands, belly to your left thigh, and then just keep that contact with the belly touching your thigh. Walk the left foot forward. Whenever you're ready, dig the left heel down, point the toes up, pull the left hip back, right hip forward, and just look for that stretch on the back of the left thigh this time. If the knee's bent, that's fine. Keep the tension, keep squaring up your hips. Now maybe you can straighten the left leg. Try to take it as deep as you can. Belly still touching your thigh so your pelvis comes forward. If you want the full split, tuck the toes, the right foot lift the knee. And then you can bring the hips down low, but keep pulling that right hip forward, left hip back as well. And I recommend emphasizing that stretch on the front leg and keeping that forward fold. Just take things to where you can go here. All right, if you took it toward the full split, come back to the half split. Bring that right knee under your hips. And then from the half split, both knees down, come into all fours. And then go ahead, bring your legs out from underneath you. Come all the way down onto your back. And when you're down, pull your knees into your chest. Just squeeze everything in for a moment. Now, when you're ready, just release this. Bring your feet down to the floor. We're going to take one long round of back bending here. We'll start this with a bridge and just take this as deep as you like. So feet, knees, hips with distance. Bring the heels in close. Start with your low back basically flat. Arms at your sides, palms down. Keep your gaze high. Now when you're ready, with an inhale, press your feet, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes. And just keep that lift. Keep your hips pressing up. Now to deepen your bridge, bring your hands underneath your hips. Interlace your fingers, pull the palms toward each other. Work your shoulders further behind your back and open up your chest toward the ceiling. Now keep your hands pushing down, keep your hips lifting here. And if you want to go even further, as you hold that lift, you can walk your feet closer in. Hips are still pressing high, the glutes are still engaged. Now if you want to take it from here, from bridge and go to wheel, just keep the hips up and release your hands. So the hands come down around your head. When you're ready, press your palms. You can always lift to the top of your head first. And then keep pressing down. Straighten your arms. Lift your hips up toward the ceiling. Open up your chest toward the back of the mat. And keep your glutes squeezing. Now, if you feel it too much in the low back, you can always lift your heels up. But hold that tension in the glutes. And to take it deeper, be sure to open up your chest. Press from the shoulders down into the floor. And keep breathing here. Now, from wherever you are, take an inhale. With the exhale, bring everything back down to the mat. And then once you're down, pull your knees into your chest, just squeeze things in. Now we'll take a supine twist. Go ahead, release your left leg extended out fully. Left hand to the right knee, right arm out to your side. And then pull the right knee across your body, tuck your left hip underneath, keep both shoulders down, and look over to the right. Now find the stretch out of right hip toward your low back. And if you need more, you can press down with the left hand. If you want to take it further, go ahead and extend your right leg out to the side. And if you want the second bind, you can bend your left knee, reach with the right hand, find the left foot. If you do find that grip, be sure you kick into your hand. However far you go with that twist, keep your right shoulder pressing into the floor. And just breathe here. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, just release this. Bring everything back to center. Draw both knees in. And then go ahead and switch it out. Extend your right leg this time. Right hand to your left knee, left arm to the side. Now pull the left knee across your body, tuck your right hip underneath, keep both shoulders down. And look for the stretch in the outer left hip toward the low back on this side. Now if you need more, you can press down with the right hand. And if you're going to take it further, go ahead and extend the left leg. If you want the second bind, bend the right knee, reach with your left hand, find the foot. If you do find that grip, be sure you kick into your hand. And however you go with your twist, keep that left shoulder pressing toward the floor. And just breathe here. Take a deep inhale. With the exhale, just release. Bring it all back into center. Draw both knees in. And let's take happy baby. Reach between the knees. Take hold of the outside edges of your feet. Stack your ankles above your knees and pull down. Then draw your knees toward the floor, outside your ribs. Push your feet up into your hands at the same time. And just keep the tension working up and down. Try to flatten your spine. Now, if you can sink your tailbone toward the floor, try to take it down as low as you can. And if you're going to go further, you can rock a little bit side to side. Further still, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally, from wherever you are, take a deep inhale here, draw it down as much as you can. And then with the exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And just let your eyes close here. Let your body settle down into the mat. And start to move bit by bit here, fingers and toes, arms and legs. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms out long past your head. And draw it all back in, bring the elbows toward your chest, pull your knees up as well. And just take your time, find your way up to a comfortable seat. Ground yourself into the mat here, stack your spine. And then bring your hands up to heart center. Now take a deep inhale, hold on to the top. And then just let it all go. I thank you for joining class. Namaste.